Listen to this comment. This is Dimusonda. Dimusonda says, Uncle's going to start talking in 25 minutes. Hey guys, how are you? I have to share this music with you because it's so beautiful. Beautiful. Incidentally, this is courtesy of royalty-free music on Spotify. As you know, Facebook flags you down when you play copyrighted music. Guys, it is not copywritten music, it is copyrighted, okay? Oftentimes, Facebook will send me a notification and they will say to me, Simon, you can't play that music, you are not authorized. So I was on YouTube the other day. Well, it's been a while. It wasn't the other day. And I learned very quickly that it is possible for you to go on Spotify. Some people say Spotify. You can go on Spotify, and Spotify has an array. It has a plethora. It has a field. Fiani. The word fiani means field. It has a field, grass actually, to be more accurate. Spotify has a field of royalty-free music that is at our disposal as vloggers. So we don't have to worry about Facebook shutting us down. All you do is go to Spotify and boom, there it is. Well, welcome wherever you are. It doesn't matter whether you're watching me from the Maldives, Trinidad and Tobago, Bogota, Memphis, Tennessee, Kwakasomo, Kuchinsadi, kutwapya kundola, kumonze, kushiwampala, kuchipata, indeed, kuchipata. Kumansa, regardless of where you're watching us from, welcome to SML TV. Thank you so much for being with me. I won't keep you long. A couple of things I'd like to get off my chest, but before I do that, a few shout outs. Hello, this is Ashley Beraza, Valley of Texas here. Hello, Ashley. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for being with me. This is Mercy Pretty Muenya from Kalulushi. Kalulushi, thank you. Thank you so much. Chimwempala. Oh, Efe Baranda. Is that how you pronounce that? Thank you so much. Thank you. Guys, thank you. All of you know, and this is what we're going to be talking about today, because I know this is a very controversial issue. Phone booths in Lusaka, they are everywhere. They are ubiquitous. Do you know what the word ubiquitous means? If anybody in the comments, tell me in the comments below if you know what the word ubiquitous means. Go ahead and Google it, because, you know, that's how we learn. Imagine how smarter we are with our cell phones. So if you're going to sit there and Google it, there's no shame. You're seeking knowledge. Tell me in the comments what ubiquitous means. Phone booths in the city of Lusaka are ubiquitous. Tell me in the comments so that I highlight your comment if you're correct. And this is what we're talking about today, guys. And I know it's a very thorny, it's a very controversial, it's a very touchy issue, but it's an issue that we have to talk about. We have to meet head on. We have to deal with. We have to grab this bull by the horns and wrestle it to the ground, contain it, and regulate it. That's what we need to do. Bo Allen, and this is the best way to say this, ubiquitous, fiani, they're everywhere. They're everywhere. Fiani in my language means grass. And the word ubiquitous means plenteous. They're everywhere. Every turn, every time you're walking down the street, each time you're driving through the CBD, you will find these booths, these contraptions, these rectangular traps, as it were, spread out across the city of Lusaka, and they are ubiquitous. Now, in the last couple of days, there has been an exercise, an effort by Lusaka City Council to remove a good number of these booths. And before I continue, let me hasten to add here that one of the challenges that faces our local authority, there are many, but one of the challenges they face on a regular basis is that Lusaka City Council, unfortunately, they allow a situation to get out of control. And then when they see that this situation is bad, it's too much, it's unattainable, it's uncontainable, that's when they move in. And then they make sweeping statements and they take sweeping actions. That's not the way to run a city. The way to run a city is that you see a problem and you deal with it there and then. You do not allow a problem to grow out of control and then attempt to control it or contain it. Are you with me? Are you listening to what I'm saying to you today? Please tell me in the comments below if that resonates. I'm going to say that again. You do not allow a situation to grow, to mushroom, to morph out of control, and then at some stage you decide, oh, I think Chachiramo, can we move in so that we control the situation? You allow 50,000 booths to accumulate. And then one day you wake up as the council. No, I think my booths yapakisa. Bwana yapakisa. Move in. You cause a problem there, mate. What you're supposed to do is from the beginning, you control, you regulate, you lead the narrative. Let me give you some history. And I pointed this out earlier in my earlier post. And I know what I'm talking about because, guys, let me give you some context. I've been here in the CBD, to be very frank and honest with you, for those of you that know history, Simoson Building opened this part of town in terms of business. You remember back in the 80s, this side of town was considered the outskirts of town. In fact, this part of town it was viewed the way we now view the industrial area. In the 80s, the 70s, the 80s, the place to be was Cairo Road. If you came to this part of town, City Market, we came here before, Simoson. We were here before City Market. City Market was built in 1994. So I'm saying that to tell you that I know the ecosystem of this area. I've been here for 33 years. I know this place like the back of my hand. So I know what I'm talking about when I talk to you about this subject. Let me give you some history. You see, during the PF, the Patriotic Front, and I affectionately refer to them as the notorious Patriotic Front because they were notorious. You see, during the PF, the issue concerning booths was the sole preserve of cadres. I want that to sink in for a moment so that you understand what I'm saying. Don't gloss over that statement. Stop, listen, and absorb what I mean when I say that. Booths were the sole preserve of cadres. In other words, anytime you talked about booths in the CBD, the only people that were allowed to deal with booths on the ground were cadres. What do I mean by that? You as a trader, if you wake up one morning and you say, okay, today I want to become a booth operator. You go to Lusaka City Council, you pay the rate, the fee, I think it's 1,669 kwacha. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, but I know it's over 1,000 kwacha that you pay. From there, you do the PACRA thing, you do the ZRA thing, and then once you do the MTN thing, if it's MTN you want to trade in, or Zamtel or Airtel, once they give you the go-ahead, Lusaka City Council, after you pay the fee to Lusaka City Council, in the PF, Lusaka City Council looked at you and said, okay, you've paid, now go out into the world and look for a spot to trade. Can you imagine? The owners of the city tell you, go and find a spot to trade. Wherever you find it, however you find it, is between you and God. As long as you find it, it's up to you. And then you, as the trader, you start walking down Cairo Road. Okay, here's a place. I like this. The moment you say, I like this, somebody is tapping you on the shoulder. What are you doing here? Oh, I've paid my fee to Lusaka City Council. I'm looking for a spot to place my booth. And then the cadre looks at you and say, come here. The cadre takes you aside and says, okay, if you want to operate here, and if you want me to put a booth here, if you want to place a booth here, you have to pay 5,000 kwacha to cadres first. Okay? 5,000 kwacha to cadres. Subsequent to that, you pay 250 kwacha per month to the cadres. In the PF, Lusaka City Council didn't get any revenue from the cadre apart from that initial payment that you pay for your license. all the booths you would see in town were generated from PF cadres. This is the reason when you drive through town, especially here in the CBD, you ask yourself the question. Sorry, the internet connection is bad, but I hope you guys can hear me. Oh, connection is bad. Oh, how frustrating. Anyway, let me continue. What was I saying? So here it is. You pay the 5,000 to the cadres. Then the cadres say to you, every month we'll be coming through here and you will be paying 250 kwacha every month, each booth. So whenever you would see the city littered with booths, it was the PF cadres cramming the booths, as many booths as possible, because simple math, the more booths, the more money. Now, that was happening at the expense of the functionality of the city. The city was not functioning. Are you getting that? Are you getting that? So now this new administration is cleaning up the booths, and you guys are complaining about it because you're talking about jobs. Let me tell you the solution to the booths. There is only one solution to the booths, only one. And here it is right here. Quotas. You know what a quota is? The limit. For example, if you say, if for every 2 kilometers, you can only place maybe 3 or 4 booths, they have to be evenly spaced, and they have to be a standard issue by the booth company. In other words, you can't go kuchibodia washokerera booth and then you bring it to town, you bring this piece of metal and you just dump it in the middle of the road. The service providers have to be involved. Zamtel, Airtel, MTN. You have to invest in making sure that the booths that you supply are standard issued. There's a standard. There should be a standard of a booth. You can't allow just anyone to wake up, make their own booth, and then just plop it in the middle of the street. When you do that, when you have a quota, you say every road has to have a certain number of booths, and they have to be evenly spaced. When you do that, you're controlling the situation. Lastly, the local authority has to be involved. They have to tell you where to put the booth. You can't have a situation where booths are being erected in front of people's shops, in front of people's buildings, because that's what used to happen in the PF. In the PF, the chairman of this area can just decide, can you put 10 booths in front of Simonson? That's wrong. You cannot sacrifice the functionality of the city to benefit a handful of people, a few people. You can't do that. Are you guys getting this? Sorry for the internet. It's bad. My goodness. But you can hear me though. Excellent solution. It's one of the solutions, I believe. So guys, I was going to talk about Esther Lungu, but my connection here is not so good, you know. So I'm going to do that at another date, at another time. But I'd like to just receive a few phone calls from you guys. I want to hear from you. I want to hear from you guys. Please call me on. I know this booth situation is very controversial, but guys, we can't live like this. You know, I believe the city should win. The city comes first. You must understand that the city comes first. The functionality of the city comes first. Just like I always tell you on street vending, vendors, you can never have a clean city as long as we have street vendors on the street. Vendors, traders belong in the markets. In the markets where they have access to shelter, in the markets where they have access to clean water, in the markets where they have access to toilets, in the markets where they can pay their fair share in terms of the economy by paying their rent, their stipend, and their rates. In the markets, they are safe. Out on the street, it's chaos. And you will never have a clean city as long as you have street vendors. You will never have a clean city. So please call me on that number if you can. Only on WhatsApp, guys. And tell me what you think. I wish the connection was better. It's not. My internet is not so good today. It just depends on which day and which time it is. So yeah, so give me a call on this. I just want to receive a couple of your phone calls just so that I hear what you have to say on the matter. And to hear your, here it is. Just want to play some music for you. Morning Dew. There we go. So call me on that number. I want to hear what you have to say. Bo Allen says I sound robotic at times. Do I? There's my dear friend Megan Fox Gomez from Arizona. Hey, Megan. So give me a call, guys. I want to hear your solution. I want to hear your opinion. Call me only on WhatsApp. There's a number. Yeah, I know it's not clear. That's the internet for you. Oh, this is a nice comment. James Gondway. Thank you, James. Very kind of you to say thank you. I need a call, guys. There we go. Hello?
Hi.
Hey, Megan. Is that Megan Fox Gomez?
Yes, it's me. How are you?
I'm fabulous, Megan Fox. Guys, this is my dear friend from Arizona. I'm gonna throw up on the screen here. I see you, Megan Fox. Guys, this is my friend Megan Fox from Arizona.
How are you?
I'm fabulous, Megan. Megan, do you guys? Let me ask you, Megan. Do you have phone booths in Arizona, and do you have street vending the way we have street vending here?
Like phone booth, like to go pay your phone bill?
No. No. We you know those little
Like, what are you talking? What do you mean?
you know those little booths, you know, the ladies that sit in the booths?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Oh, in here we have people that sit in the booth. They're these little tiny booths that you go to. You approach them and you buy your data, you buy your talk time. We call it talk time here. I'm not sure what you call it there. But do you have street vending
No,
there in
we,
Arizona?
No, we just have like over here we have Cricket, we have Verizon, T-Mobile. We have to go inside and or it comes on our bill, whatever phone we buy, it comes on our plan, whatever we buy. We don't have to go in and add more data. It just comes with the bill, and whatever how much your bill is, you don't
Interesting.
have to add
And you know,
anything else.
and I think that's where we're headed, Megan.
Say what?
I think that's where we are headed. We, as a country, there's coming a time where we will not need to go to a phone booth. There's coming a time in Zambia where we will just do everything online or on our phone. We won't have to, like the way you guys do it. You don't have to walk over to a booth to recharge your phone.
No. We usually charge our phones in our cars, like the chargers and everything like that, or at home.
Yeah.
But but we don't have those booths like you guys have them. We
Yeah.
have it like it's like we walk into a regular store. So if we're going to go buy phones, they're going to be on the shelf displayed. And whatever phone we like and whatever features it does have, then the person will be like, all right, I want this phone. And then they'll take it to the front, and then they'll do all their stuff that they have to put on there, like what month they want and stuff like that.
So it just comes with a bill.
See, me and my husband, yeah, it comes through a bill on our cell phone. It tells us how much to pay, and then because me and my husband have the same, or we go through the same thing. Like our bill comes together, and my husband just pays for it, and it goes out of direct deposit out of his bank.
Interesting. I think we're going to be there very soon. Zambia's headed in that direction. Hey, Megan, thank you for calling.
I thank you. I'm so happy to hear you, even though I missed your live morning.
Thank you, Megan. I appreciate you, and thank you for the support.
Alrighty, you're so welcome.
Take care now.
Good night.
Bye.
Have a good day.
You too.
Bye.
So that's Megan from Arizona. So you guys need to tell me what you think the solution is. Yeah, I'm using my Wi-Fi and it's really bad. Not so good. Okay, here's Felix says, I'm a boots, Yafurishamu town. There's no order. It's correct. Basically, he's saying there are too many booths in town. There's no order. Everything is changanya. And I must tell you, Kadas are still making money from the booths. Let me tell you how it works. Lusaka City Council now is placing Lusaka City Council stickers on some of the booths. And these booths are paying money to the council in cash, okay? So some council worker comes along with a little receipt book and he goes through all the booths. They charge the booths in cash, and then the Kadas come and charge the booths in cash, the UPND Kadas. So they're still doing it. The only difference between now and the way the PF used to do it is that now it's underground. In the PF, it was blatant. It was just, during the PF, no council worker got any money from the booths. No council worker. Hear me when I tell you, during the PF, all monies that were realized from the booths went straight to the pockets of Kadas. Not one ingwe went to the council. Muri ba UPND, ba council, ba lasuna kofi aka no, ba council, Lusaka City Council under the UPND, they charged the booths a stipend, a fee, but the UPND Kadas are also getting money from those booths. And it's being done underground, Bwana. I know what I'm talking about. So tell me in the comments below. Okay, I'm going to throw up your comments here. Maxwell says, the time I hate booths is on the intersections. One is driving and wants to join or turn into the other lane. and it's obstructed. Yes. Yes. That's what happens. Okay. Well, hey guys, thanks for watching. I really need to get a better internet service provider. God bless.